division of Cryptech Solutions that focuses on mining infrastructure.
My name's Ken Worton. I actually own a company called Quality Electrical Systems, which is based in Salt Lake City, Utah. I have entered into an exclusive relationship with Cryptech Solutions, the Delv division specifically, for marketing my Bitcoin products or cryptocurrency products, not necessarily exclusive. So I really don't know a whole lot about Bitcoin. I am an electrical equipment manufacturer. Been doing it for about 30 years. I've built electrical equipment for a lot of the biggest companies in the world. We've done work for Chevron, we've done work for Exxon, we've done work for GE, ABB, Mitsubishi, Toshiba. And I had a client come to me one day and want me to build some stuff for some Bitcoin mining. And I'm like, Bitcoin? That's nonsense, silly, fake money. What are you talking about? And he said, well, you know, look it up. And we looked, and at the time, Bitcoin was using like 87 terawatts of power worldwide. And I'm like, holy crap, this is real. This is a lot of power. And so we looked into it a little bit, and they wanted me to build some basically gutter with some outlets in it, you know, distribution for mining. And I'm like, that doesn't even meet code. How are you handling, you've got a megawatt of power here, how are you handling the fault current that's associated with that megawatt of power? They didn't know anything about it. And so I got involved in this because it looked to me like there was a lot of people mining Bitcoin that didn't understand what megawatts of power really are about, how dangerous that is, what the fault current looks like, what the arc flash potential looks like, some of the things that we deal with on a day-to-day basis in the electrical industry. And so we looked at it and said, okay, you got 2,000 amps approximately at the voltage that miners run at to provide a megawatt worth of miners. And anytime you've got 2,000 amps, you've got about 20 times that much fault current. So you've got like 40,000 amps of fault current, and you're running that through an outlet. A lot of people are using, you know, thermal breakers. And so what we've actually done, there's a clicker. We've developed something that is really designed to handle that kind of power. So the product that Delv has out in their booth is a product that you can connect up to 4,000 amps to. You can serve 2 megawatts of miners from it. And in the process, I was like, okay, this is so much power. I mean, you're talking about lots and lots of big conductors, and big conductors are expensive, and how do we handle that? So we actually buried the buswork right in the shelving, and they're like, well, that's really cool. And so we looked into that, and actually nobody had done it. We applied for a patent on it, and we were able to successfully get that. So power distribution shelving, it's a whole new product. I actually personally hold 17 different patents in the electrical equipment industry. So this is one of them. And we really are interested in talking to people about, you hear about these sites that are, 50 megawatts, 100 megawatts, several hundred megawatts, which is normal for us. I've done a lot of work in the data center industry. I'm actually working with a colo company right now that's deploying about 300 megawatts across a couple different locations. And 2 of those locations are Las Vegas and Phoenix, which, as the previous speaker mentioned, areas like that where you're dealing with 120, 125 degree temperatures, ambient temperatures, how do you cool a miner in that kind of environment? Same way you cool servers in that kind of an environment. You know, you've either got to move a lot of air or you've got to have some kind of liquid involved. So with the whole Delv division of the company, we're going to be developing and working on more solutions like that, more you know, things that we can do that will not only help with the power distribution aspect of mining, because it's just a whole bunch of power. When you, and I'm sure there's a lot of you that are very familiar with this kind of stuff, but if you're getting into this space and you're talking about megawatts of mining, go watch some arc flash videos. Because when you're talking about 4,000 amps and you're going to stick it in something that looks like a shipping container and you're potentially going to walk into that shipping container, an arc flash in that environment creates enough pressure that it literally crush you. Doesn't burn you, doesn't electrocute you, crushes you. So the hazards associated with working with this kind of power are real. And you know, I really encourage you to get somebody involved that has experience working with, you know, switchgear at that level, power at that level, and the dealing with that safely, dealing with the fault current issues that are associated with it. So when we developed this product, those were some of the things that we looked at. We were like, you know, you can't really do this without having the infrastructure in place to handle a fault at that level. You get into a situation where you get a rodent or something into the system, and that rodent becomes the filament in the light bulb, so to speak, and creates a short. You have to have all of the levels of protection in place to shut that down without that becoming a catastrophic explosion. And our booth got moved, by the way. On the directory it says we're back in the corner over there. We're not, we're out here next to Foundry actually. So come see us, take a look at the product. As a specialized electrical equipment manufacturer, we manufactured over 1 gigawatt of gear last year. So we have a pretty good understanding of what it takes to build high power, high reliability electrical equipment. And that's really ultimately, as I've learned more about the Bitcoin industry, that's really ultimately what I learned is, you know, this industry is really heavily into power distribution, and they don't realize it, I think. The mining aspect of it, super cool. I've done a lot of work in mining, but it's all been copper mining and gold mining, and the idea of mining cryptocurrency is really cool, but it actually ultimately uses a lot of power, and that's the power distribution aspect of it is what we're excited about. It's what we're good at. We really think that we have a product in that place, that market segment that is going to be beneficial to miners, and we encourage you to come take a look at it. Thank you.